So where's the panel? Where's the helm panel?
It's not here yet. I'm Roberta.
And I'm Duca.
And together we are on the mission of bringing the sailboat that was neglected for over 22 years back to life.
So don't forget to subscribe and to join us every Monday for a new episode. Just so you understand, for the next few episodes, like 2, 3, maybe 4, we are just getting everything ready to set sail, to splash the boat and to set sail. So that means that sometimes you're gonna go back and forth or in time and it's not gonna make linear sense.
Sorry for that,
but that's all for one good reason. We want to splash the boat as soon as possible. So today we're gonna do
a lot of things.
Let's go inside and we're gonna explain what we're gonna do. We have a list of things to do that we need to... Oh, it's too much. Yeah, it seems like a long list, but it's just a lot of tiny things. And one of these things is to... Oh, by the way, this is the new prop. Yeah, we need to install.
That we need to install.
Yeah,
that's on the list.
But I want to do something else today that I've been postponing for a long time, and it's something really simple to finish. So we're gonna finish today. I don't know if you guys remember, but here is our centerboard hatch.
Huh.
We need to replace only a node we didn't replace when we replaced all the nodes last year. Now we have the new one. This one goes right there. It's hard to see, but you're gonna see me just, you know, stretching and doing some gymnastics, and that's all you can see, but that's the way it is. So the node's there in place. I don't know, it's tough to see, but somewhere...
It's upside down.
Yeah, somewhere inside is the node. We know it's not clean around, but the contact in between the node and the centerboard is the screw. So the screw is directly to the metal of the boat, so it works. Here, as you can tell, the barnacles didn't do a huge party as the rest of the hull. But anyways, just in case we decide to apply any extra paint here, we're gonna leave this unscrewed. We're just gonna leave in place until we finish the treatment of the bottom of the boat. And we're gonna go to the second task of the day. The next one, I think...
Switch for the battery.
I think we also can do this week. At least screw this in place.
Let's do this now.
This one now?
Yeah.
Yeah. We change plans all the time.
We decided not to screw this in place, but to glue this in place.
Yeah, it's gonna be easier because we would need to screw from the back, and we have no space here. It's gonna be a huge problem.
Wait for this to dry.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little while. We're just gonna sit here like...
No.
No.
Next, I think we can do this.
Yeah. Hope for the best. That's pretty good.
One more task then.
Not 100% yet. We need to do the wiring. We need to create new wires for that. So before we can close the battery compartment, we need to run. Finally, we said we were gonna run these like 3 times already. This is the NMEA 2000 that's gonna go from the nav station all the way to the engine room. And for that, we need to go through a conduit that leaves there and go underneath here to the engine room. And with the battery in place, it's gonna be worse to do that. So we're gonna do that now. So now we have the NMEA 2000 cable here. That's enough to bring all the way to here. From here we split, goes to the helm. Actually it dies here. Yeah, that's the end of the line. That's the end of the line for you, my friend. Yeah, but this is gonna be sitting here for a little while. We're not gonna do that right now. That's just to get these ready. Now that means we have everything we need to go underneath. Let's keep going. Now we just connect the negative that's here. We connect straight to here, and then from here we connect to the battery. And this is the negative from the other battery from the house bank, and this is for the positive from the engine. These are solar panels coming from one panel and from one group of panel and from the other group of panel, and we're good to go.
And just like this, another puzzle is solved.
When the clouds roll in and we wanna run down the empty streets, we're wild and young, holding out our hands just to feel the rain. If you weren't here, wouldn't be the same.
Did I help you?
If you weren't here, wouldn't be the same. Let's live for the moment before the moment's gone. Even with our empty pockets, we got it all. Let's live for the moment before the moment's gone.
This battery is not gonna go anywhere now, but just in case, we're gonna put another one, like these ones, on each side, just to make sure it one is like this way, and another one right in front to make sure it one is like this way, and then there is no way this battery can move.
And now that's all in place.
We need to do the other batteries because we have another, I don't know, six
Batteries to go.
It's a lot of work, simple thing, but really important, because in case the boat, you know, how it go? Lean too much to one side, or in case we flip the boat, this won't go anywhere because now it's locked. It's pretty good, I like it. Long time we don't see you, my friends.
What to do now?
That's a good question. So good to reuse things.
The idea for the lithium batteries is to use these supports that came with the solar panels, but we used another one, so we are reusing this.
Yeah, so these solar panel supports use it to hold the batteries in place. That's pretty good. I'm glad we saved them on the boat.
And now one more time, this multi-tool saved us. It's so quick to use
usual.
this.
Yeah. So that's a win. Now we need to do
The other
there,
side.
and here. So enjoy the music. So this is gonna be double. We're gonna have two of these here, and we're gonna screw this to here.
And we are planning on have something on the back as well, but
And
this is
something
for
in between.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Are you ready? It's time to start, assembling the cockpit.
Finally!
Finally back. I'm not sure if it's gonna fit, but we're gonna try our best.
We did a modification on these pipes.
It already doesn't fit.
Oh.
Yeah, we need to send a little bit more here, but we need to try and place it. It was impossible to know exactly if it was right or not.
We were
Out of
postponing putting this in place because we knew that we might need to do some modifications.
Yeah, it's just, we just need to give some extra sanding here, but we'll do that. Let's see. 1 out of 4 win. That's a win.
Great.
That's good.
2.
So that means we just need to grind these two a little bit. It's not much. I think it's Much better than I thought. And
Great.
that's great. I like.
One more job. Check it soon.
Yeah, not check it yet, but almost check it.
Soon.
But now let's go inside the boat because we have some other things.
Welcome home.
I need the tape measurement and a line, a string. Yep,
This rat nest?
yeah, come with me. There's one more thing that we did that we mentioned a long time ago that we were gonna do, but we never showed you, and it's here already. This is the support for the dinghy, but I think it's not on the right position, so we need to measure because we need to try in place to make sure we can give the finishing. Right now the welds are just tack welds, so we need to make sure this is right so we can finish the support. This is where the dinghy is gonna sit, but I think it will need to be a little bit more over this side. We'll check this.
What's the idea?
The idea is to measure the center line of the dinghy and make sure that when the dinghy is here, it's not gonna hit this. Because really close to hit this. So basically this string is the center line of the dinghy that's gonna sit there. So here we have exactly 60 centimeters. A lot of space. We have 98 centimeters.
As you can see, one of the tasks we have for this week is to wash the deck.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's terrible. But it's gonna be good. Just when it's done, it's gonna be good. So now we need to go to the dinghy and measure the center line of the dinghy. Come with me.
Here's where Frederico is since we got the boat out of the water.
And that means we need at least, I would say 85 or 90. That's the real color of the dinghy. I think it's dirt. This is the real color. At least 170. So 85 is the minimum. So 35 to 40 towards the other way.
And the conclusion is
We need to bring the support 30 centimeters this way. So that basically means that the center of the support, the center line of the dinghy needs to be around here. So if the center line of the dinghy is here, we are going to be really close to the spray hood, and that's really good because we are going to have more space for this line that I don't know the name in English, we can write somewhere. So we're going to have more space for this, and we are also not going to hit the stay. I think that's perfect. The only thing we need to find out how to do is how to weld a support that's off center. It's going to be a little bit tricky, but
the welder can think with us.
yeah, we're going to talk to the welder today, and then we're going to show you the result because I think it's going to be really good.
Good.
Fingers crossed. That's it. It fits. It's pretty good. We're gonna do the rest just to make sure we trim a little bit, but we don't need to show you, you know, all these details.
It's already fitting, so
Yeah, you can already walk on. That's good. So we're gonna move to something else. Let's do something else.
how it's going?
It's almost there. We have all the supports ready. I'm just screwing little blocks on the sides, just like this, so they won't slide this way, and then this bar is gonna compress them with a little piece of gasket on the bottom just to give some tightness, and this is gonna hold in place. It won't move, trust me, it's not gonna move. And these barrels are really light. These barrels are only 15 kilograms each instead of 25 as it was the old ones, so it's pretty good. I think another half an hour and I'll be done. You can check that and then you come back. This is gonna be ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna check this one. I'm gonna take this out and check if it's glue in place. Wait. Bad news.
What's bad news?
I'm joking, it's pretty good.
That's not nice. I was scared. I'm like, what's the problem now? We don't need new problems right now. That's not nice. And that's just perfect. I really like the result. I'm gonna show you the batteries ready because you don't need to wait half an hour, right? I can do it half an hour and then.
And after 2 days.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Check this out. We have rubber in between just to make sure it won't slide. even though this seems like it's thin, this wood is just solid, really, really, really strong wood, won't go anywhere, and this works all together, so it's not like, you know. And we have like some blocks in between to make sure the batteries won't move this way. We also have one here, one there. Here we also have a bar. We have these blocks screwed to the wall to make sure it won't move this way.
One here, one there, on the back.
Here we have a block on the bottom, on this bottom, in here with rubber. Everything's tight in place. There is no way we can flip the boat upside down and the battery is going to stay where it is. Now all we need to do to finish the installations, we need to create one more wire. This cable is going to connect the switch, the battery switch, to the battery. The negative from the engine is already on the switch. Now I'm going to connect this one, and with this one connected I can connect everything back to the battery, and we are ready to finish the engine and to start the engine. I mean, we need to install the pedestal, we need to install the steering wheel. Yeah,
Baby steps.
baby steps. We're getting there. Now let's do this one. It's really thick. Back with the big gun. You know, just a tiny bit more, and you're good to go. Strong woman. Oh, by the way,
So good.
I'm a captain now. Yeah, I got the result. I mean, it's not official yet, but they got the, you know, which questions were right on the exam, and according to that, I have 25% more than I need. So even if they put my grade down, I'm a captain.
Well then.
I'm a captain. I'm your captain.
Odds kept.
Yeah, I'm odds captain. The problem about this kind of wire that's too thick is that we need to crimp the terminal on the right angle already, on the right side, otherwise it won't turn. That's a really good step. For now, we're gonna leave as it is. All we need to do is to connect the positive and the negative of the battery on the engine. We have two cables on the engine room. You just connect to the engine, and then we can go to the water. The battery for the engine is working. We have the negative switch, we have the positive switch. The only thing is not gonna happen is the alternator is not gonna charge the lithium batteries, because we have battle-borne lithium batteries, and we cannot charge with the alternator as it is. We need to install this piece, and this is gonna manage the battery system when energy comes from the alternator, but we can do that when we are on the water. We don't need the alternator right now for the house batteries. We have sun. When we go to the water, with time, we just connect. It's just a small device. We just run some wires and it's good to go. Yeah, so basically we're trying to fix an old problem. Remember when we installed the entire exhausting system? Here we used to have a curve, and then the hose would go on the top of the drive shaft, and was way too close. There was not much space in between the drive shaft and the hose, because this hose is really thick. So we decided to cut this connection and extend, and now this extension is gonna go over the shaft, and this has the internal diameter of the hose. The hose is really thick, so we gain a lot of space. And with this, I think we're gonna have like 1.5, almost 2 fingers in between them. That's 100% fine. We need to have at least 4 millimeters. I think it's gonna be good.
Good. Now the worst part is to install it.
Yeah, we can do it. Let's try and see if it works.
Two smashed fingers.
Good?
Two closer fingers.
Is that good?
It's perfect. Another thing we need to do this week is to welcome Paul and Hand Friends Garage to our Patreon family, and also to thank Gary, Rufus and Stephen for the donations to our PayPal. So thanks so much, guys. Another thing we need to do is to lock the freezer in place, because even though it has 4 screws here in front, we need to lock these on the back, otherwise it can twist like this. And so this is the test now.
Yeah, we're gonna just slide it back a little bit, and then you hold the freezer in place. I'm gonna screw 2 little blocks of wood on the side, so it won't let the freezer move.
Twists.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be just like this. That's how it comes from the factory. But you know, just in case it's a sailboat, we can move a lot, and you know, be good. Best safe than sorry.
I think it's better safe than sorry.
You got the point.
I'm gonna try to pull this by myself. Let's see if I can do it.
So what we're gonna do is to screw these on the sides. That's just perfect. Check this out. We have, I don't know if you can see, but right down there we have a locking mechanism, another one there, and the front part. So that means that it won't go forward, backwards, and sideways. Now we can go sailing now. That's pretty good.
What's happening there?
It's time for some organization. This is too messy. We are gonna find a way to store all these cables inside of the nav station, because the nav desk, because here it's just too many wires for one place. So we're gonna create a huge hole here and create some space to organize inside. Oh, sorry, camera. Yeah, so basically we're gonna create a hole and put most of these wires down, organize them, and then bring them back. So this is gonna be clear, less wires. Too many wires right now. But to do that, we need to organize what's what. Now we have plenty of space.
And we need to round the corners, right?
Yeah, we have way too many wires around to leave here, so now we can organize them inside and then bring them back, right? So the organizer of wires is gonna be inside the table, and if we want, we can just create a division, because we don't need such a big table. We have other places to store charts if we need.
They say that the pronounce is chart.
Chart.
It's because in Portuguese we say chart plotter.
Yeah. That's
so
just the way.
that's why we say chart plotter.
And English is not our
Chart
mother
plotter.
language. You need to understand that language is a second language. Whoever say we say something wrong should try to speak Portuguese once at least.
Hard.
It's hard. We don't need to pronounce exactly perfectly. You just need
understand,
to
right?
understand. That's it. If you understand, we're happy with it. If you, we're never gonna be perfect. No way. I don't even want to be perfect. It's just
No?
fine. It's
You're
fine the way it
perfect
is.
for me.
Thank you. It's hard.
Don't burn your finger. Oh, it's
It's a thick knife station.
thick. It's hot.
This is gonna be really round. No wire is gonna get hurt. Not in my watch. That's pretty good, eh?
One more task then.
No, not done yet. We need to organize the cables now.
All set, the hole is there, some cables here, some cables there, and now we are rerouting the cable to install this there.
Yeah, this is gonna be here now. This is the monitor for the inverter charger, and mostly we use this just to turn on and off the inverter charger. So here's a really good position next to the 12 volts panel, and if we need to see any other information, just put your head down a little bit and you can see. And most of the informations we have here, we also gonna have on a battery monitor that's gonna be on the panel, so it's gonna be all fine.
And if we turn it off by mistake, there is no problem.
Yeah, it's just inverter charger, and it won't do that. It's just deeper than this. It's gonna be fine. I just want to organize these cables because I don't want to see them. I want to just leave them inside, really organized. That's good. So wire is here. We just need to create a hole and to connect. We're gonna do that tomorrow. We still need the blade for the Mode 2 that we broke ours. We ordered a new one.
Sorry for the messy episode, but
yeah, that's just the way it is. That's real life when you want to splash a boat in 2 weeks. That's our goal. If everything goes according to plan and if the weather collaborates, because right now we are basically ready to start painting the bottom of the boat, but we need like 4 or 5 days window to paint the boat. And if the weather helps, on the 21st of this month, we're gonna splash the boat.
I hope you're right.
Yeah. The messy episode is because a lot of little tasks along a big refit you leave for later, but they're important to do before we splash. So that's why we're just like doing, tiny little things that even though they seem just nothing, they're really important.
Actually, we are really excited because every single task that we complete, we got like, oh, we did it!
Yeah,
Finally!
It's really cool to start something in one day and finish on the same day. And now we're, starting these kind of tasks that it's like you finish 2-3 tasks every day, and that's really it feels good. Feels really good because every time we complete a task, feels like we are closer to the water, and we are actually really closer. We just need a little bit better weather. That's all.
Yeah.
But next week, we're gonna talk about that next week. See you guys next week.
See you next Monday.
See you next Monday.
Da 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 da.